$10,000 e-bike? Too expensive. What about a $5,000 option? $5,000 is not budget, Jared. So today, we're gonna be diving into budget e-bikes, looking at the Velotric Summit 1 that comes in at a price of less than $1,800. So let's go ahead and see what this budget e-bike has to offer. The build is complete, the bike is charging up. Let's take a minute to take a closer look at what you're getting with the Velotric Summit 1. The Velotric Summit 1 is a hardtail e-bike designed for tackling single track trails without breaking the bank. Now, it may not have all the bells and whistles that those fancier bikes I showed you earlier have, but the Summit 1 has everything that an entry-level rider needs to be able to get out on the trails and go for a ride. Now, I'm 6'2", so I got the size large in a royal blue. Key features on this bike is that it's got that large battery that's over 700 watt hours. It's got the hub drive motor right here that offers up to 90 newton meters of torque, peak power up to 1,300 watts, which means that this thing is powerful. Combine that with the fact that this bike has 5 different power modes, so 1 through 5, and then within those 5 power modes, it has eco mode, trail mode, and boost mode. So 15 different options in total to get the exact amount of power you want depending on what trails you're trying to ride on the Summit 1. And it's even got a walk mode, so if you need to get off the bike and push it, you can do that too. Now, this bike has pedal or throttle assist. No pedaling, going up the hill. And it'll get up to 70 miles of range if you're down in power level 1 using only that pedal assist mode. But you better believe we're going way beyond power level 1 when I get out later and test ride this bike. This thing is supposed to assist you all the way up to 28 miles per hour. So we're gonna put that to the test. And with me all the way up in boost mode, climbing up some gnarly mountains and smashing back down some black diamond descents, we'll see how much range I actually get out of this bike. Now, this bike has a ton of cool features like that right there that connects to Apple Find My and will let you locate your bike so you always know exactly where it's at. It's got a USB charging port right there. Let's see if I can get that thing flipped down. So you can plug your phone in to be able to charge your phone if you want to. This thing has a headlight in the front, a tail light in the rear, but what I'm really excited about are the mountain bike features of this bike. Getting it. Can you hear that kickstand bouncing? 780 width bars with a decent rise to them and a decent sweep. So that should feel pretty close to what I'm used to riding on my bike. For the grips on this thing, they look like almost like a knockoff Bontrager grip, pretty close to what you would get on a Trek bike when you buy one of those. For the brakes, you got the Shimano hydraulic brakes on here, so should be decent stopping power on the way back down. You also got that 120 millimeter suspension front fork. Combine that with these 27.5 by 2.6 Kenda tires, and you're gonna have plenty of grip and cushion when you're bombing downhill. Now, there's no dropper post on this bike, so you gotta adjust that manually, and it only comes with the 8-speed Shimano drivetrain, but those are both things I'll address when I talk about potential upgrades for this bike later in the video. But one of the coolest things about this bike, you guys, is the fact that you can actually get the Velotric Summit 1 at a local bike shop. I went on the Velotric website and used the store finder and found that there is a bike shop just about 2 hours north of me in Bend, Oregon, where they actually sell this bike. And that's gonna allow you to get the right size, the right color, and make sure that this is a bike that you actually want before you make that purchase. But enough small talk, you guys. It's time to get this bike out on the trails and see how this thing holds up to some real mountain bike riding. I'm talking black diamond trails, jumps, drops, probably some stuff that this bike wasn't designed for, but I figure, what the heck? I can put this bike to the test and show you if it holds up to the type of riding that I do. It's definitely gonna hold up to the more entry-level rider that this bike was actually designed for. Getting ready to head down this black diamond experts only trail. On the way up, this bike was actually climbing pretty damn good. I even tried a gnarly black diamond climb that I usually can't even do on my regular mountain bikes. Went ahead and tried it on this, and the one thing I've realized it's kind of cool is that you can actually, even though you're using the pedal assist, and those spots when you'd get stuck, you can kind of hit that throttle and the bike will propel itself forward and make it definitely easier to climb. So call it cheating, but don't worry, I still didn't make it up that climb. Ah, bottom bracket. Oh. Ah. All right. I thought I'd make it farther than that. I was messing with all the different power modes, definitely sucking down that battery. I've had this thing all the way up into boost mode most of the time. Stopped at my local bike shop real quick and had to get a water bottle cage because the bike doesn't come with one. So Velotric, definitely start speccing your bikes with water bottle cages. But enough talking. It's time to get to an exciting downhill run. There's just one thing left to do, and that is take off this kickstand for two reasons. One, that thing is just gonna be a hazard flopping all around. If it opens up, I'm definitely gonna eat shit. Don't wanna do that. Two, it's just loud and annoying. And down we go. Drops on the way down. Oh shit, pushing this bike to its limits. I'm trying to be careful not to brake too much because I don't want to glaze those brakes over. Whew. But it's kind of hard not to squeeze the brakes flying downhill on this beast. Whew. Oh man, I'm sorry for all the extracurricular noises coming out of me. It is intense. Whew. Oh, we're gonna hit the drop. Here we go. Black Diamond Trail, smashing on the way down that. Started off at the top, being pretty damn scared, but by the time I got to the end, dare I say, I was kind of having fun on this bike. Heading down to the skills park. Gonna hit some drops and some jumps after this high-speed descent. Pushing the limits, pushing the limits. All right, so we're at the triple drop right here. It goes from baby drop to intermediate drop to advanced-ish kind of drop. Well, I mean, it's about handlebar height. You can see right there. So I know for sure I'll hit the baby one. Definitely I'll try the intermediate one. Intermediate drop, here we go. Oh, not bad at all. Why did I brace for impact? That was easy. The big drop? Oh shit, big drop. I'm still scared right now. Oh, I got it all day. Let's go hit some jumps real quick. Big ones, little ones, big ones. Woo, styling. Oh, with the style on the fat e-bike. All right, let's talk really quick about upgrades that I would do to this bike. So I thought for sure I'd want to change out the bars and the grips, but the grips and the bars actually didn't feel too bad on the way downhill. However, these brakes, I wasn't really that happy with these brake levers. Really long, not that good for one finger braking. And these 2-piston brake calipers down here, I would definitely up those to a set of 4-piston brakes for a bike that is this weight. The fork, even though this thing did perform better than I thought it would, I would upgrade that to a Fox 34, maybe even a Fox 36, but I think being that this is a 120 millimeter fork that's on this bike, you could probably only get a Fox 34, which would feel a lot better. Moving on from there, dropper post. dropper post is essential for a mountain bike, and this bike already has internal cable routing, so you can see right there, and it's got the cables that come out the back, so probably, you know, you'd be able to fish a cable in there and have an internally routed dropper post. See that right there? No kickstand needed. Throw it down on a rock. And last but not least, I would upgrade the drivetrain for a couple reasons. First of all, this bike is compatible with up to an 11 speed, so why not just throw an 11 speed on there and have more gears? Second of all, if you threw an 11 speed on the back, that would let you throw a smaller chain ring on the front, and look at how big that chain ring is and how much it hangs down. You want a smaller chain ring, gives you better ground clearance along there. Now keep in mind, switching out the rear cassette means you would also have to get a new chain, new derailleur, and a new shifter, which means you'd lose those cool numbers right there. So those are the upgrades I would do to this bike, but I don't know, what do you guys think? What would you upgrade first? Leave a comment down below. Well, this bike may not have all the bells and whistles of the high-end bikes I got back in my garage there. For the price, you really can't beat that value. It's still a ton of fun to ride. I would definitely recommend this bike for entry-level riders, which kind of surprises me. I was almost expecting to get out here and maybe have that fork just explode on me, or one of these wheels get torn to pieces on that downhill descent I just took, but couldn't be further from the truth. You guys riding this is, dare I say, so much fun. It's a tank, but it rides. Look at that. I mean, big old wide tires. It just wants a corner, grab that trigger, go flying up this hill. There's an affiliate link down there in the video description. If you guys use those, it does help support the channel and helps me continue to make more videos like this. Thanks for joining me on this ride. If you guys have made it this far, greatly consider subscribing, smash that like, and as always, get stoked, go ride, and have some fun, people. Don't fall in the water. Don't fall on your face. That's the goal. That's the goal. All right, ready? You got this, Jared. You got this. All right. Go. Come on, come on, come on. Kick any bike. Keep. Let's go. Oh, shoot. That's not good. Woo! Gotta tighten that up, huh? Toolkit comes in handy. Always have a good toolkit with you. I wasn't sure if I had one big enough for this, but looks like I do. Tighten those cranks back down. Doing things this bike was not meant to do. All right. Dropper post back up. Get to pedaling. Get back home. What's up, ducks?